What size camper should you actually buy? Well, I get asked this question all the time. And you're really smart to ask this question because the right size camper will feel like freedom and the wrong one will feel like regret with a monthly payment. After 8 years in my little guy Max and touring dozens of trailers, and talking to so many of you, I've learned something really surprising. The best camper size is not what looks right at the dealership. That's why today I want to help you figure out the right camper size so that you can save yourself stress, money, and regret. Because my hubby Tom and I, we got this wrong the first time. And it all starts with what I call the camper size trap. And it goes in two directions. Trap number one is the too small trap. And here's how it happens. You fall in love with an adorable tiny camper. It's cute, it's easy to tow, and the price looks really good. You picture yourself drinking coffee by the lake with zero stress. But then real life camping happens. You discover that there's nowhere to store your stuff. You can't stand up. And then when it rains all day, you're wishing your trip was over. And that's when you know that the camper is just too small. Ask me how I know. Yep, this is the trap that Tom and I fell into. Now, trap number two is the just a little bigger trap, and this one's sneaky. And here's how this one goes. You start looking at the 18-footer, and it has everything you need. But then you see that 22-footer, and the bathroom in this one, it has a real shower. And then you spot the 22-footer, and this one has a slide. So it feels like a tiny apartment inside. And then suddenly you're going to need a new truck. You won't fit in national parks. You need to skip forest roads. And then that camper that was supposed to feel like freedom is now going to limit where you can go. Please tell me in the comments if this sounds familiar. Here's the real problem. At the dealership, every camper feels roomy inside because you haven't packed all your stuff in it yet. You haven't cooked in it, and you haven't spent a rainy day trapped inside it. Real camping life is different. So instead of guessing, let's figure this out together. I'm going to ask you 4 simple questions, and your answers are going to point you to the right camper size that's going to actually fit your real life. Pause if you need to or write them down because these questions really matter. Question number 1. Who's going to really be sleeping in it? Now, I'm not talking about your someday guests, not your in-laws, and not those grandkids that are going to be visiting you once a year. Who's going to be sleeping in it every trip? A bigger camper does not always mean a bigger bed. I've toured bigger campers that actually have the same small tiny mattress. Oh, and a lot of manufacturers say that it has a queen size bed, but it actually has what I call a camper size queen size bed. And this one's smaller than actual real queen size bed. So before you buy, here's what you need to do. Gather everyone that's going to be sleeping in that bed in that bed. Yes, even your dog, if you have one that sleeps with you like I do. Now, if everyone doesn't comfortably fit, they're not going to sleep very well. And camping life for everyone that's there will get miserable real fast. Question number 2, how long will your typical trips be? Because a camper that will feel really good for a weekend is going to feel really different after 5 nights. Now, if you plan to be taking weekend trips, almost any size camper is going to work. When you're taking a week-long trip, storage and counter space start to matter more. And then if you're going to be going on 2-week trips or longer, livability matters. Because anything more than just being out for a couple of days, you're not just camping. You're living in it. And Tom and I, we're starting to realize this as we plan longer trips. So trip length is going to have an impact on the features that you're going to need and thus the size of the camper you need. But even when you figured out that the sleeping arrangements work and you're confident about your must-have features, there's something else that can quietly decide your camper size. And that's why question 3 is what's towing it. And this one's huge. And it's not as simple as asking, what's my vehicle's towing capacity? That number alone, it does not tell the whole story. If you don't understand your real towing limits, you could very likely end up buying a camper that your vehicle can't safely tow. And then you're stuck. You're going to either need to trade that camper in or buy a new tow vehicle. And that's a very expensive surprise when it happens. Another thing, please do not rely on the dealer to figure this one out for you. It's your safety and it's your money. I made a simple towing video that explains this step by step. So please watch this video before you shop. And I put a link to this video in the description below. But even if your camper does fit your vehicle, there's one more thing that can change. What's the best camper size for you completely? And that leads me to question number 4. Where will you be camping? Because the size of your camper is going to determine where you can go. Okay, if you plan on doing any boondocking, and you know this has become my favorite way to camp, it's really important to know that roads, they can get really tight, and sometimes turning around can be really tricky. Smaller campers, they get into places that big rigs just can't go. If you love national parks, some of those campsites, they have really strict limits. I'm talking 18 feet, 20 feet, or sometimes even less. Oh, and when you're looking at length restrictions on the website, that length often includes both your camper and your tow vehicle. So if your camper's too big, you're going to miss out on some of those amazing campsites. If you plan on staying at RV parks, size matters much less. Most RV parks, they're going to have bigger sites and they're going to have full hookups. Now, if you plan to camp at a mixture of these, and this is where most of this community lands, that 16 to 19 foot sweet spot is going to keep your options open. And freedom is what camping in a small camper is all about, right? So do you see the difference? Two couples can both say that they're weekend warriors, but one loves boondocking and the other one loves RV parks. So one's going to need a nimble 17-footer and the other one might be happier in a 22-footer. Same life, different camper. But before you buy anything, there's something just as important as knowing what size to buy. And that's what owning a camper really costs, because trust me, the price tag is just the beginning. So watch this video right here next to see the hidden cost of camper ownership that nobody tells you about. I'll see you there.